Hi there, and welcome to my channel. My name is Mish, and in this channel, I talk about books, mostly fantasy and sapphic or queer books, which are the ones I primarily enjoy. But I also do read other genres and also non-queer books, depending on my mood. And today, we are actually going to talk about, well, books, but also just a readathon that I'm joining. This is my first ever YouTube video, and I am a bit nervous, as you can tell, but I hope I can push through this and let you guys know about the current readathon that I have created a TBR for. And yeah, hopefully we'll also join this lovely readathon that will actually start in just a few days. It starts July 19th and lasts until August 29th. And it's called the Sapphic Summer Readathon. And this is a readathon that is hosted by Lily Book Thinks and also the Petite Punk. I will leave their announcement videos, each of their announcement videos, and also the Twitter handles for these two lovely people, and also the readathon itself. So you guys can look at the bingo cards and also the prompts, and yeah, hopefully you can join us. I would really love to know what books you will choose for this readathon, and yeah, let's just get to it. So there's a total of like 9 prompts for this readathon, and I have chosen you see actually just one book for each prompt. I may have to swap some of these depending on my mood, because I'm also like a mood reader. Like I feel like most of us in the well, us, oh my god, so shy to say that I'm part of the booktube community, but yeah, most of us most of the people I follow are also mood readers, and there is nothing wrong with that. So yeah, let's talk about the prompts. So as I said, there are 9 prompts, and the first prompt is actually a cover of the book that matches your outfit. So for example, now I'm wearing this blush pink dress. So I would have to choose yeah, a book that matches or almost matches what I'm wearing. For this, I've left it blank. So actually I actually only have like 8 books for the prompts, but I do have a few books that I can you know choose for this prompt, but I'll leave it blank for now. And yeah, updates maybe in my Twitter or on Twitter once I fill out the bingo card, which book I eventually choose for this prompt. And then the next prompt is have a friend pick a book. So this is quite an easy prompt actually. Like most of the prompts here are very easy, and it's meant you're just meant to like read sapphic books and enjoy the month of like reading summary or just sapphic books in general, which I love. That's why I joined. So it's nice to have a friend pick a book, right? I asked my friend, my best friend, Cherry from Cherry Actually Reads, to pick a book for me, and I just basically said just pick a random book and I'll get my hands on it, and then I can read it. And she actually suggested for me to pick up a very popular book that I feel a lot of people have already read and loved or have on their TBRs, and that is The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo by Taylor Jenkins Reid. So I don't know if I should even like say what this is about, because like everyone knows about it, but we follow basically the stories in Miss Evelyn Hugo's life, the controversies, the drama in when she was still like a celebrity. And yeah, she is being interviewed, and we follow through how she actually managed to have like 7 husbands. But I believe she's bi, so that's why this is actually a book that you know I can include in this readathon, and I'm very excited to read this because a lot of people have already said so many great things about it. I know Cherry herself really enjoyed this one. So yeah, there we go. The next prompt is actually, it was very hard for me to find, but I did do some research and I eventually found like a really, really good book for this. I don't have a physical copy of this. I will read it on my trusty Kindle. Yeah, I love pink. Less than 1,000 ratings on Goodreads, so that's the prompt. And I will show you the book here, and it's called Follow Your Arrow by Jessica Verdi. So this book has a very interesting concept for me. That's why I chose it, and it sounds like it will be like a pretty easy read. So it's about Cece, who is this very famous social media influencer, and she and her girlfriend Sylvie are actually very famous, you know, very couple goals. And then Sylvie breaks up with her, which of course leaves her devastated, and she doesn't know whether or not it will affect her following. And then she meets this guy Josh, who is a new kid in town, and he actually doesn't spend as much time on social media like everyone else their age. So he doesn't know that Cece is actually a famous influencer, and she likes to keep it that way. I don't really know where the book will go after that, but I'm very excited. And the cover is really cute. I love the illustration, so I am choosing that for the third prompt for this read. The next prompt is actually pick a book blindfolded or at random. And I did put like a few books in this random generator on the internet. I don't read random.org, I think, and just left them decide because I couldn't do it blindfolded. I think I failed. The randomizer chose The Unbroken by C.L. Clark. And can I just say, this is a book that I am so excited, very, very excited to read. I have heard, oh yeah, I forgot to pick it up here. Hello, The Unbroken by C.L. Clark. So this is a book that I have just heard very great reviews. When I just saw this cover as well, hello, sexy terrain, the arm muscles, yes, we love that. I just was like, yes, we are going to read this for this readathon. Or I actually wish that the randomizer would choose this, because if not, I will find another reason to read this right away. So yeah. But if you're not familiar with the what this book is about, it's about Terrain, who is illustrated on the cover, and they're a soldier that kills for the Empire. So they were raised that way, and they are sent to their hometown to actually stop a brewing rebellion. But I guess they feel a bit conflicted about that. And then there's also Luca, who needs someone who could actually help them convince the rebels to choose peace instead of like rebelling, because it will lead to a war with the Empire. So yeah, it's basically their fate, the both of them meeting, and yeah, their fates collide, and there's war, and there's gays. We love that for them, or well, I love that for me, since I will be reading it this coming week. So my mind. The next prompt is a book that takes place in the summer, and I actually bought the perfect book for that. I didn't mean to read it for this readathon, but a perfect timing. Oops, my books are falling. But it's Summer of Salt. So I have heard a lot of people love this book, and it's also very short. I think this is just like, how many pages? Yeah, 256 pages, so that's under 300 pages. And it's about our girl Georgina, who has grown up in this island where I think like most of the people know that their family, or the females in their family, inherit magic. And it's her 18th birthday, and she should soon like have awakened her powers, but for some reason she doesn't. And there's a storm brewing, and there's like a bird, and like there's a lot of things that will happen. So I try not to like research too much about what's in general. I try not to, you know, research too much about the plot, so I can go in blind and surprise myself. But yeah, there will be a storm, love, and all of that, and I am just happy. Magic, fantasy, gaze, that's basically my brand. I love it. So yeah, that's it. The next is not fantasy, but sci-fi. So this is a genre that I actually don't delve into too much, but I am very excited to delve into. I don't really like sci-fi. I don't even watch that much sci-fi either. But yeah, for this one, I am choosing Persephone Station by Stina Lake. I am so sorry. I am butchering your name, but I do love your book based on this synopsis. Synopsis? I don't even know. Sorry, my words aren't working right, or my tongue's not working right now. But yeah, so I don't hear people talk about this a lot, so I chose this for the underhyped book prompt, and it follows it follows two characters. So there's this planet called Persephone Station, which is the title of the book, and there's a few inhabitants in this planet, and there's secrets that this company, Seroa Orlov Corp, that wants to exploit for their own good or for the worst. I'm not very sure. But yeah, and it follows Rose, who is the owner of a bar, and in her bar, there are a lot of criminals who drink, have their fun time there, and also a lot of visitors from Earth. But mostly, her bar caters to like criminals who have a specific set of abilities and people who want to hire them. So, and then comes our other character, who is Angel. She is an ex-marine, and she's this leader of a semi-organized group of like criminals. They're assassins and mercenaries, and they try to do the honorable thing. Not really sure what their definition of honorable is, but we shall find out. And Rose basically enlists their help in like in relation to Persephone Station, and they basically like have to fight the army and also the company who wants to exploit this planet. And It's said to be like a cowboy bebop and also the Mandalorian vibes. It should have those vibes. And I have not personally watched Cowboy Bebop, but it's an anime that I have been familiar with for since I've been an anime fan for a very long time. And The Mandalorian, I've heard like a lot of good things from my cousins of The Mandalorian, and so if that is anything, or if those series are series that you enjoy, and if you love gays, here you go. Go actually read Persephone Station because I believe it will be a fun time. Okay, so let's move on to our next prompt. So this is the three, four, five, six, the seventh prompt, and it is cover that reminds you of the pride flag. And I do have, I think I have another book that does remind me of the pride flag, but I wanted to choose this book to reread because it's been like 3 years or so since I last read it, and this is the first book I ever bought from this publishing house, I guess I should say. But it is Start Here, and I am just in love with the colors of this book. It's very clearly Pride Flag, and it's a collection of short stories of first encounters, and it's written by Filipino authors, and I am just so proud. I wish more people would actually read this. Me and my best friend, or well, I read it first, and then I think I lent her my copy. We love this so much. There were so many wonderful stories. It was beautifully written, and there are a couple of MLM. I think there was a non-binary, or yeah, there's just like a lot of representation in this book, and that is why I am so proud because romance class holds a very special place in my heart. Um, because when I first was introduced to their group of authors, it was such a positive experience. Like everyone was so nice and so approachable. I didn't feel like, a stranger, even though it was my first time like meeting them. I was I was actually with a friend of mine when we went to their reading near my place, and I was just enthralled by the positivity and the inclusion. They have multiple books that are written for and by, I believe, LGBTQ people. They have a site, and this I believe this is available on Amazon. You can get a physical copy or an ebook, and I remember reading a very fun um, story here, which I can't remember. I think it was like about this girl who who was on vacation in Bali or something like that. And she meets this tourist guide or something. I will have to. This is why I have to read again because I need to like remember that story and actually like know who the author was and like buy the rest of the books that they have published. And the thing is, the people from Romance Class actually self-published their books, from what I remember that my friend told me. And another special thing is I actually got this signed by them. Like some of the authors were there when I first bought this. Like here, I'm just gonna like cross out my name. See, it's so sweet, and I love it. I love this book so much, and I am just excited to delve into these short stories again. So sorry, I'm babbling, but I just really love our Filipino authors, and yeah, start here. So the next one is actually a book that matches your favorite color, and I don't have a physical copy of this. I actually have it in my Kindle, and it is a very popular book a lot of people I know or like follow have read it already, and it is One Last Stop by Casey McQuiston, and I am very excited to see um, how this plays out and how I enjoy it. So if you're not familiar with, you know, One Last Stop, it's basically about our girl August, who is I believe 23 years old, and they meet this girl on the train. Which I forgot the name of. I'm so sorry. It's just me being forgetful. Let me just double check again their name. Okay, so yeah, they meet this girl Jane, and basically, I believe this is like a first, like love at first sight scenario. And the thing is, Jane is actually from the 70s, and they try to like, figure out how they're going to get her back to her time. So yeah, the final prompt is actually steal a book from someone else's TBR. And for this prompt, I chose Criers War. I know a few of the booktubers that I follow actually has this on their TBR, and this is one of my anticipated reads. So I was like, okay, I am reading you, and I am excited. So, if you're not familiar with this book, it's by Nila Valera. Nila is one of our main characters. She's a human servant, and then she's slowly rising in the ranks of this House of Sovereign, and she's doing this in order to execute like the perfect revenge for her parents who were killed. And yeah, she wants to kill this sovereign's daughter, whose name is Crier. And yeah, just basically that's what she wanted to do. And then we also have Crier, who actually wants to inherit her father's throne, of course, and she's basically been trained to do that her whole life, and she is betrothed to someone she probably doesn't like, and because he has like, or they have a lot of secrets, and then she discovers that her father is actually not the person she thought he was, and also meets Ayla, who I guess basically confirms what she has found out about her father, and they meet, and it's going to be a fun time. There's going to be war, I believe, and like Sapphics. So yeah, that's it. That's what I know. I am complete. I'm going into this blind, like most of the books here, aside from my reread. And yeah, so those are the books I have in my TBR for Sapphic Summer. Readathon, make sure to check the announcement video of Lily's book things and the Petite Punk. As I said, I will leave the links in the comment, in the description. I think, oh my god, I'm not used to this. But yeah, all the information down there. I will also link Cherry's channel, my best friend who inspired me to do this, down below. And I wish you guys a wonderful day, and yeah, see you guys when I see you. Okay, bye!